They have the idea that when women thrive, the world thrives. A local group is inspiring women to take charge of their health. Here to share more about their mission is co-founder of the Strong Her Collective, Joy Shepard, and the CEO of MIDI Health, Joanna Strober. Thank you all so much for being here today.
Thank you for having us.
I am so excited to hear about this effort to bring women together to keep them healthy and happy. Tell me about the Strong Her Collective.
Thank you for asking. So the Strong Her Collective, we're a community, and we provide two things. So we provide social connection and evidence-based tools for wellness. And really at the end of the day, we are merging and we are partnering with MIDI Health, advocates, doctors, women, men who support women to really amplify health for midlife and beyond.
Wonderful. And what is the need for something like this in the women's health community? Where is it lacking right now?
So MIDI Health is a national virtual care company taking care of all aspects of perimenopause and menopause. There are 56 million women in the country right now going through perimenopause. We've actually learned that it starts in your mid-30s, and there's not enough training, there's not enough providers who are expert in perimenopause and menopause to give women the appropriate care. And then also they need community. So what we're excited about doing with Stronger Collective is partnering the care with the community.
It seems like menopause, I mean, we're all women here on the couch, is something people don't want to talk about. I mean, it's just a topic that is for some reason taboo, even though women go through it all the time.
Absolutely.
A bunch of women are going through it. So why do you think this is so important to be talking about this and to give women kind of that freedom to talk about it?
I mean, I think if you look at historically, my mom, lots of moms out there in the past have suffered in silence. And we are in 2025, and there is a lack of health equity for women. And to me, I know Joanna Strober feels the same way. It is absolutely unacceptable. I'm 43 this year. I'm in perimenopause, and if I did not have resources like MIDI, I would completely suffer. And there is a lot of shame that women carry when we're going through this life transition. And estrogen dropping after 35, it's a natural progression. And women's health, at the end of the day, to me, it's human health. So how do we merge community and care to close the healthcare gap that is essential today? And we really, at the end of the day, just want to educate and empower women so they have more tools to thrive.
Wonderful. And let's talk about that education. What tools are available for women to get more educated on themselves and their own bodies?
So at MIDI, we have a website that has a lot of articles that talk all about estrogen and what happens in your body as you're starting to go through perimenopause and menopause, and give you a lot of options to read about and then to come to get care when appropriate. We have doctors and nurse practitioners who are online who basically give insurance-covered care for women. But then we partner with organizations like Stronger Collective for community, because women want to have the opportunity to talk about these things and to learn from each other. And so it's good to have the combination of the expertise and community.
Yes, absolutely. Perfect combo there. And Joy, let's talk about that community. You put on events for women, you bring people together. Tell us a little bit about that.
Just like Joanna Strober mentioned, you know, MIDI provides with and access to care, and they take healthcare insurance. And for us, we're really trying to bridge women in person. We know that 1 in 2 people are lonely, and social isolation is a real thing. I know for me, it's sometimes hard to meet new friends in midlife. And so when we can commune and come together and have high-level conversations grounded in scientific data, again, we're just more equipped to thrive. So the events that we have are in person in the San Francisco Bay Area. We have one that's upcoming we're really excited about. It's with Tamsin Fadal. She's an Emmy Award journalist and is coming with a book called How to Menopause. Actually, Joanna Strober and I, we were just in Vegas with her largest menopause party ever. And so we're really just continuing the conversation. 60,000 people live streamed at the event. And so I think we really want to just gift women in the Bay Area because it's a gap. And so we're really excited about that. And we have a summit coming up also on October 4th this year. The Women's Wellness Summit partnered with MIDI Health.
Amazing. I love the idea of having a menopause party. That's amazing because that allows us, again, that freedom to not feel so down about it, because it's going to happen whether you accept it or not, right? So can you speak to what it was like to have so many women getting together and just accepting this and celebrating themselves?
Yes, we want to do a lot more peri parties, as we've been talking about, right?
Yes.
The other thing that's interesting is, longevity is actually very tied to perimenopause. So the things that you can do starting in your 40s for perimenopause are very related to helping your heart stay healthy longer, your brain stay healthy longer, keeping your bones strong. Those are all things we can all talk about and not be embarrassed about, right? So I've actually found that when you talk about longevity, instead of talking about perimenopause, people are actually much more comfortable. So you can have peri parties or longevity parties and talk about how do we all become healthy grandmas, and how do we keep our brains and bones and hearts stronger longer.
Yeah, and this makes so much sense that people would want to live longer. I mean, if you can't talk about menopause, you can certainly talk about living longer.
Yeah.
Everybody loves that. So how can people who are watching today get involved in this?
I think that they can visit MIDI Health website for sure to get access to perimenopause and menopause health care, and the StrongHerCollective.com website, which showcases our events and our summit.
Okay, wonderful. Thank you all so much for being here today.
Thank you so much for having us.
Yes, of course. Last question I'll ask you, is there any message you have to women out there who are feeling lonely about something like this?
Yes. If you're a woman listening and you are 35 and up, please know that you're not alone. And that as women, we can all relate that we carry the weight of the world on our shoulders, from taking care of aging parents, going through hormonal shifts, taking care of kids. I mean, really, we are the backbone of society. And if women are not healthy, our world is not healthy. So we're joining forces to not just make an immediate change. What we do today will be a ripple effect and will change humanity and the future daughters of the world.
Wonderful. Well,